Dear students, welcome to class 12th online classes subject basic mathematics. In today's session, let us discuss some synopsis topics of the topic permutations and combinations. This permutations and combinations topic will very useful to you, not just for PU purpose but also for competitive examinations like GMAT, GRE, TOEFL. Let's see the weightage of this topic in our regular PUC. From this chapter you will get one 1-mark question, one 2-mark question and one 3-mark question in your second PUC annual examinations. In total you will get 6 marks from this topic, and my advice to you is you practice this chapter not just for marks in second PUC but to understand the concept of probability thoroughly. Now let's see the synopsis of this topic. First, we have to discuss about factorial or factorial notation. We define the factorial of a positive natural number n as the product of first n natural numbers is denoted by n factorial or factorial n. You can see the notations of factorial here clearly. N followed by exclamatory symbol or LN. Generally we use the first notation, N followed by exclamatory notation. See some examples of this factorial. Let's see the 7 factor. What I told you earlier, product of first n natural numbers. What are the first n natural numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on, n. What in that way, if you see the factorial of a number 5, factorial number 5, natural numbers up to 5 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 factorial can be defined as 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. In the same way, here you can see the 7 factorial, 7 into 6 into 5, 7 factorial, 4 factorial like that, 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, 3 factorial, 2 factorial and 1 factorial. I will explain about 0 factorial later. See, if you observe the content in the white box, see you can say we can calculate the factorial of a number from previous value. See, n, 1 factorial is equal to 1, 2 factorial is 2 into 1, 2 into 1 factorial. The 2 into 1 can be written as 2 into 1 factorial. 3 factorial can be written as 3 into 2 into 1 initially, and in that 2 into 1 can be written as 2 factorial. So that's why 3 factorial can be written as 3 into 2 factorial. Like that 4 factorial can be written as 4 into 3 factorial or 4 into 3 into 2 factorial. 5 factorial can be written as 5 into 4 factorial or 5 into 4 into 3 factorial, like that. Similarly, you can work out the factorial of some other numbers like 7 factorial, 8 factorial, 9 factorial and 10 factorial. So in your calculator also, in your scientific calculator also, you can find that factorial tab, and in that tab, by using the tab you can compute factorial of any number. Hence from the above, n factorial can be written as n into n minus 1 factorial, and this n minus 1 factorial can be written as n minus 1 into n minus 2 factorial. Like that it will go on. See, here let's discuss about 0 factorial. 0 factorial is a quite interesting one. See, if you observe the value of 4 factorial, which is 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, that is equal to 24. 3 factorial as 6, 2 factorial is 2, 1 factorial is 1. See, on dividing this 24 by 3, the coefficient is plus 4. On dividing 6 by 2 by preceding number, 4 factorial by 3 factorial, it's 4 factorial by 3 factorial is 4, 3 factorial by 2 factorial is 3, 2 factorial by 1 factorial is 2, 0 1 factorial by 0 factorial is equal to plus 1. See, by division rule we can prove that 0 factorial is 1. Now let us discuss about counting principles. There are two types of counting principles. First one is counting principle of addition, and second one is counting principle of multiplication. These two counting principles are very important in understanding or in solving the problems of permutations and combinations, and of course in probability. Let's discuss the counting principle of addition. Coming to the definition of counting principle of addition. Suppose if there are m ways to do a work W1 and there are n ways to do another work W2, in a situation that both works cannot do at the same time. This is the limitation of this definition. When both works are not able to do simultaneously, the total number of ways that either of the works, either work 1 or work 2, can be done in m plus n ways. M plus n ways, m plus n addition. So here the caution is either work 1 or work 2, or R means union. Union stands for addition. So this is what counting principle of addition. Let's discuss the same through an example. Suppose a student has 5 pairs of formal shoes and 3 pairs of cowboy shoes. 5 pairs of shoes. So let's here work 1 W1 can be assumed as wearing formal pair of shoes. Work W2 wearing cowboy boots, that is W2. So to wear the shoes, in order to wear the shoes, he can wear either formal shoes or cowboy shoes. So what assumption is worked out here? Either or. R means addition. So addition principle is to apply. Since the person has 5 formal shoes, he can wear formal shoes in 5 ways. So work W1 can be done in 5 ways. Work W2 wearing cowboy shoes can be done in 3 ways. So by counting principle of addition, he can wear his shoes either formal or formal or cowboy shoes in 5 plus 3 is equal to 8 ways. These are the various combinations, that is FS1 formal and S cowboy, FS1, FS2. These are all the 8 combinations are like this. In the same way, you can work out this example. In how many ways can you choose a number from 1 to 20, which is a multiple of 5 or 7? See, again here there are 2 works. Work W1 can be assumed as selection of a number that is multiple of 5. What are the multiples of 5 from 1 to 20? 5, 10, 15, 20. So here work W1, that is selection of a multiple of 5, can be done in 5 ways. Next, another work W2. Let's suppose work W2 is defined as selection of a number which is a multiple of 7 from 1 to 20. What are the multiples of 7? 7, 14, 14, that's it, 21 no? So only 2. Work W2 can be written as, can be done in just 2 ways only. So by counting principle of addition, why? Because addition, here we have to choose a single number, that is either multiple of 7 or multiple of 5. That's why we have to use counting principle of addition. By counting principle of addition, so total number of ways of doing that work is 4 plus 2, 6. By counting principle of multiplication, here we use AND instead of OR in counting principle of addition. See, let's consider the previous example. Suppose if there are m ways to do a work W1 and n ways to do another work W2, the total number of ways of doing both the works simultaneously is nothing but m into n. This is what counting principle of multiplication states. See here, in counting principle of multiplication, according to counting principle of multiplication, both works W1 and W2 should done simultaneously. In counting principle of addition, either W1 or W2, only one of the works should done. So this is what the difference between counting principle of addition and counting principle of multiplication. So let's see one more example which works on this principle. Assume a student has 4 t-shirts and 2 jeans pants. The total number of ways in which he can decide what to wear. So in order to wear clothes, he has to wear shirt and jeans pant. Both works. If you suppose W1 worker W1 is wearing a shirt and W2 is wearing a pant, so both W1 and W2 should done. So since he has 4 shirts, he can wear a shirt in 4 ways, and since he has 2 pants, he can wear a pant in 2 ways. According to counting principle of multiplication, the total number of ways of wearing dress is 4 into 2, that is equal to 8 ways. See, this is what the explanation. These are the different choices of wearing dresses and total number of dresses. And in the let's see one more example on the counting principle of multiplication. First you note down this question and try to attempt it. Try to solve it on your own, then look into the explanation.